Hong Kong is one of the densest cities in the world. Most of the time, that's great. You get cinemas, public transit, and apartment buildings next to one another. But Hong Kong sees a lot of rain, and high-density cities' downsides are apparent when it rains. From typhoons to black rains, September 2023 broke the record for the amount of rainfall seen in a month. When there's too much water for drainage systems to manage, that's when it floods, which is not only inconvenient, but also a safety hazard. In large concrete jungles, water doesn't have the time to seep into the ground or evaporate. That's why it's very important that this water be whisked away. It's only going to get more challenging with global warming in the coming years, but thankfully, this is where tech comes in. We don't see it much, but running underneath our feet are massive networks of waterworks that take in water from storm drains or culverts and drain them into the sea. There's just a small issue though. Rainwater is not the only thing getting into those drains.
The debris and rubbish washed down by rainwater will gradually accumulate to form silt, which affect the drainage capacity and may lead to flooding in the most serious cases. To carry out traditional desilting works, workers need to enter the box culvert. The traditional method also requires interception of water flow to allow workers to work in dry environments. Desilting works were mostly limited to dry seasons.
These works were no laughing matter. When you're underground in confined spaces, gases can build up that can be deadly. Additionally, if there's a sudden buildup of silt during the rainy season, that could pose problems.
We have introduced different types of remote control desilting robots to carry out the works. Aquabot collects silt by suction and works similarly to a vacuum cleaner. The robot is about 1.2 meters long. Its drum at the front helps stir the silt. Aquabot can collect up to 10 tons of silt per day.
Even once you're out of dense development, you still need to find ways to get that water back into the sea. That happens in open-air river channels, which also have issues with silt, though the robot we just saw isn't going to cut it.
We use construction plants to carry out desilting work, such as loaders and excavators. The workers have to drive the machine into the drainage channels. We have used the robots to carry out desilting work, especially after the heavy rainstorm in early September this year. When the robot is fully loaded with silt, the robot will transport the silt to a temporary storage area, and the silt will be dewatered before transport away. Dinobursts can collect up to 18 tons of silt per day, double than that of traditional desilting methods.
We talked about robots today, but that's not the only tech that's used in drainage. From the systems that are used to determine how large a pipe has to be for it to not flood, to weather prediction, which is used to determine whether or not it's going to flood and warn people if they think it will. Seems like this week's episode, much like rainwater, has been taken away by the drainage department. If you're interested in more videos about civil engineering, let us know. I'd be more than interested in breaking new ground with some earth-shaping tech. Until then, well, you can trickle down into our comment section or find some older videos here or here. And I've just got to go. Take care.